Hello, welcome to What She's Thinking. I'm Greg Schwartz, your dating coach. Men like you have sent in questions about dating and sex. I have a group of women here that are going to answer your questions, and I'll help clarify their answers so you hear exactly what these women want and why. Send me your questions at makeonlinedatingfun.com/questions. And remember, subscribe so you can hear all of the episodes. Now, ladies, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I am Miss J. I'm not from the United States. I grew up in Asia and Europe, and I moved here to San Francisco 4 years ago. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm a very adventurous person. I've traveled to over 300 cities in 45 countries all over the world. I love exploring. I love to do new things, new experiences, like new tastes, new sounds. And I'm pretty outgoing, but I like to also do my own thing, and I'm pretty independent. I'm looking for guys who are, on the same wavelength as me, that we can keep each other engaged, excited about life, and, have a match on sort of like intellect as well. But at the same time, can be silly and we can goof around and, be playful, joke around. I love that. And someone who I can see myself, settling down with and build a family together. I think the vibe I have, because I'm an entrepreneur, I have my own company. I think people see me as like, ooh, she's like the boss lady. That's how it comes across. But I actually think there's a very feminine side. I love dancing, I love like being, sort of, taken care of by guys. Like I said, I love guys who show initiative. So there's that very like, you're sort of like, oh, I want to be the little lady that gets taken care of. But at the same time, who I am is I'm the boss lady. I tell people what to do all the time, but not that I don't do that in relationships, but it's all about finding a balance and partnership. I want the guy now to make the decisions and make the plans.
Hi, I'm BL. I'm 30. I'm a very extroverted, goofy, silly, playful person. I don't take life too seriously, very laid back. I like a partner who can keep up and go on adventures and not take themselves too seriously. They can joke around and take a joke. I run my own company and I'm a performer, so I work a lot. I'm very independent. I too am not from the United States. I was born in Scandinavia, so I'm tall compared to the average American woman.
And to really explain her personality, she is currently doing like a marching band style, and that's me going off the stage.
Jazz hands, Yeah, I'm a performer, so I have a really big personality. You kind of love it or hate it, and that's fine. The people who hate it, they just don't hang out with me, and the people who love me don't love me in spite of it. They love me because I'm a weirdo.
Hi, so I am LLJT. I am a mid-30 woman that had lived in Asia, Europe, and in the US for the last 12 years. So I consider myself a very goofy, active, also very serious person. I think I am. Well, I got a lot of comments from the first impression that I'm kind of serious, but I'm actually not that serious. But I guess depends, what you consider serious. And I liked a lot of energy, so I think I have above average energy level. Still do. I would also appreciate to have a partner that is at a similar level of energy as me and open to do things or experience something new. I'm a recruiter, so I guess my way of finding a partner is sort of like recruiting. I always do the first phone interview and then in-person interview, and then we have a 90 days trial period. I found it, it's working. It's totally working. Currently, I think I'm at a stage of my life that I'm looking for something very serious, like a husband, family, potentially kids to settle down. I consider myself a sassy sweetie. I'm also sweet at the same time. I mean, it's not just sassy. So you got both. Actually, if you can take the worst side of me, then you get the best, great side of me. I would say I'm a full package of both.
Do you enjoy teasing men you're on dates with, like leaning in for a kiss, then pulling back if he leans in? What do you get out of it? How do you think it feels for us? And what's the best way to deal with a woman who's teasing me?
First of all, I do enjoy it. I do it. I like it. What I get out of it is, I enjoy being playful. I want to see his reaction when I am playing with him, if he's calm enough or if he's actually also playful as me. What do I think that they're thinking? Sometimes I think I'm crazy. That's okay, but that's just me. Like, you've gotta like it. So you like it, you take it. Yeah, but I try to be respectful. I'm not gonna do anything that it's like I would offend the man or really crazy, but just trying to be fun and playful.
I don't do that. Like that specific. If you're talking about a specific example of like
that's
him
just
leaning
an
in
example that
to
they
kissing, like you pretend that you want to kiss and then you pull back. I feel like that's kind of like teenager-ish.
It seems so rude.
That is like very childish, right? Like, come on, we're adults here. I don't do that. Like, if the guy leans in for a kiss, and if I like him, then I'll kiss back. Because I know it takes something for the guy to do that, right? Like, they're sending you a pretty strong signal.
Are you talking about first date? Or are you talking about...
No, whatever. Whenever he wants, he leans in for a kiss.
I mean, for first date, if I like him, and it depends on the vibe between us, right? If I notice he's also very playful, then I would do that. But if I notice he's just very kind of stiff and, oh my God, and he pulled the trigger and tried to kiss me, if I do that, yes, I'm going to scare him away. So case by case.
See, I'm never going to like trick him into, oh, you think I'm going to kiss you, but foiled game. I'm never going to do that. But I will do like a little snake tongue. I'll sneak that in there like, oh, you think it's just a kiss? Got you, sucker. But that's because, I'm a goofball and I need a goofball. So if he can't goofball with me, then bye, Philippe.
Yeah, I mean, like, to answer the second part of your question, I think that actually confuses guys right? Because they'll be like, what the fuck? Does she want a kiss or not? Like, what is this?
I'll usually follow it up with a real one, like, ha. No, I'm kidding. Here you go.
Yeah.
No, but you play, you start with this, but if you like him, you want to kiss him, of course you're going to kiss him later.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, you want to play a little game, make it a little bit not too easy. I think it's just kind of, it really depends on a person again. Like, if I feel this is the right thing to do, then I will do. But if not, then no.
Outside of online dating, what are your favorite ways to meet potential partners?
Activities. I like to join activity groups, meeting people in a way that in an environment that is no pressure, no expectation, just sharing common interest and conversations.
Yeah, I am not afraid of giving a man my phone number or asking for his, and I have gotten mixed reactions on that. Some guys have been like, that was the most badass thing I've ever seen, and some guys did not understand what was happening. One time I asked a bartender for his number, and he was giving me a box because my friend and I had extra food, and we were like, there's this hot bartender. How am I going to do this? And so she sent me to go ask for a box for the food, and I looked and I went, oh, is that your phone number in there? And he kind of looked at me and goes, yeah, let me know if you need another one. And I was like, that's not a response to the question. He either didn't get it or didn't hear me. And in either case, it's not worth repeating. I'm going to walk away. So, I get mixed reactions on that front. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also, I think parties, more like intimate parties, not like, these big, massive...
House party.
Yeah, because you actually there must be some kind of mutual connection that we all ended up in a party, right? So we have mutual friends, and if it's like I find that over the holiday seasons, people are a little bit more dressed up for holiday parties, especially in San Francisco where people don't dress up, and now you feel like, ooh, I'm attracted to somebody now, like vice versa, right? Because the girls make an effort too. I think that gets the guys to be like, ooh,
I think house parties are a great place because I've read once that your professional connections are going to come from your loose connections, not your tight connections, because if they were coming from your tight connections, that connection would have already happened. But you meet your friend of your friend. Oh, well, yeah. Who's your friend Craig? Can he be my friend Craig?
Exactly.
I don't know who Craig is, but...
So who pays on the first date? What do you prefer?
Definitely the guy.
Yeah. Not to say that I won't it's not about the money, but it really is a gesture. Like,
yeah,
to
I would
me.
always offer to share first, but
I always
I'll
offer
prefer
to.
the guy if he asks me out. If I ask him out, then it could be, we split or, depends on the case. I'll cover it. If he's struggling with money. But probably there wouldn't be a second date.
Yeah, I mean, if he offer, so every time like when the check comes, I'll wait. And then usually like 99% of the time, the guy would just, put his card down or, put cash down, and I will go, oh, should we split? And then I'll see what he says. He says, oh, no, don't worry about it. Or he says, no, I got it. Well, some guys don't even like give you that chance, right? They would just take the check away and put his card down. Then at that point, I won't even ask. I'll just say, oh, thank you so much. But if I do ask, I wait for him to respond. If he says, oh, no, don't worry about that. Just, I got it. I definitely add points.
Yeah, it's the gesture. It's an act
yeah.
of service. Like, if I want to go out and have drinks and dinner, I will go do it. But you asked me to come do it with you. So if you're going to pay for dinner, well, then brownie points, homie.
Any last things you really appreciate when men do?
Yeah, I love it when guys are proactive.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up so easily.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't, and I think proactivity and really is like, for me, it's a really sign of like interest. If you're really interested, then, ask me out again and keep the momentum. Sometimes, like I meet guys and then they're like, they ask you out and then they're gone for like 3 weeks and then all of a sudden they reappear again a month later. I'm just like, what the hell? Right? Like so like consistency and, being proactive and have a plan, like propose, hey, do you want to meet? Hey, do you want to come and do this with me? Oh, I got this really fun, like I got tickets to this really fun show, or, oh, I found this new bar I want to check out. Do you want to come?
So it sounds like
awesome.
Be proactive is ask you out consistently and with a plan rather than going away for weeks or months.
Like disappear and then reappear like a month or two later.
I would agree. But I mean, I realize at the same time that especially in a city like San Francisco, we are all very busy. And if you have things going on in your life, that's fine. But when you do resurface, it shouldn't be a month later. But if it's, a week, I've had a gentleman that I've been dating, who's every time I would start to think, okay, this is getting frustrating, without prompting him, he'll just pop up, hey, sorry, I've gone dark. I've been doing this, and this. How are you doing? And that's been really nice to just see a man own his own shit and then ask me how my day is going.
I would agree to all of this. I don't know. I think right now, since I'm looking for something very serious and I don't really want to waste too much time, so I would say if the guys would right away show me his plan of, like just, I know sometimes people don't like to talk about this like too soon, but I do like to hear that he's got a plan for the future with me, or say introduce me to his families or a friend, like close friends. I think that it's just a sign of him taking me serious.
Oh, absolutely.
And, oh yeah,
it's big credits. Yes,
I think I
like that.
It's nice when men are upfront with what they want, upfront and honest.
Oh, right.
If you want a
Yeah.
relationship, I know it's not cool to admit that in San Francisco, but just say it.
Yeah, totally. And if you don't want it, say it
Cool,
too.
just say it, because
So
you
we
know
don't
what?
waste
Not
time.
all girls
Exactly.
are looking for
Relationships. Exactly.
Some are, some aren't, just like boys. So just be upfront and honest with what you want, because odds are someone else out there
so
wants the
true.
same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was misled in my last relationship for 2 years. Because when I asked, oh, do you want family and marriage? He said, oh, I'm on the fence, but I would do it when I meet the right woman. That to me is just like, now I learn is the on the fence thing means like, probably no.
Yeah. Men have to learn that
And
too.
then the other way of saying, oh, when I meet the right woman, that is just saying like, I want to say what you want to hear, but I can't promise it.
When I meet someone that's not you.
That's a hard lesson to learn. Yeah.
Sorry.
I have that question back to guys. What does that on the fence mean?
Same thing as you just heard. It generally means
Yeah.
No.
It generally means not with you.
Right. Or they're not sure, like, towards no. Well, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, because if it was I'm on the fence or, with the right woman or man, the only way you would say that is if you're not the right one to make me go, yes.
Right.
Well, I'm talking about like when we just met, like the first couple of dates. Then I wanted to find out whether we want the same thing before we enter a relationship. And if he says I'm on the fence, I think it's not a good sign. Right? I mean,
not usually.
Yeah.
I think when you reach a certain age, it's totally appropriate to be asking, what are you looking for? Do you want kids?
Yeah.
What's your view
Say it.
on
It's fine.
relationships
You know,
on a first date?
that.
Because that's just respectful of everyone's time and expectations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if they don't match, cool, you can be friends if you want to, but then you don't have to waste each other's time with emotions.
You were talking about wanting to hear about the plan that he has. Tell us a little more about that. Like what would you want to have him be saying about the plan of he's going to introduce you to his friends or his family or that kind of thing? Like when would that come up and how would he describe that to you?
I would say, at this age, right, we're talking about mid-30 and above, right? I think you should have an idea where you want to be, or what do you see yourself in the next 5 years, in terms of career and family. So I think when a guy shares his plan on that, just be genuine, like open to talk about it, serious too, but not just like making fun of it, like this. That to me is just making me feel like he's serious, and he wants to make sure that we are on the same page too. I think that's one. I mean, the meeting with friends and family, that's going to be later. Right? I'm not expecting this to be talked about first, the beginning of dating, but the sooner that I receive invitations, I mean, the more serious I think that he is taking me.
Nice.
Yes.
Any other things that you want to tell the guys that you appreciate or you wish they'd do more of?
It's not that fucking hard. If you like me, talk to me. If you don't, that's fine. It's not that fucking hard.
I was just say be straight, and it's a sign of maturity, really. Be open and be straight and say, what are you looking for? I actually had a guy, we never met, but it was online. We exchanged messages, and he, it was going really well. And then, but just before we were about to meet, he says, just so you know, I just came out of a really long-term relationship. I am not looking for anything that's remotely serious. I just only want to have some fun. And he says, if that doesn't work for you, it's cool. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's great. Thank you for telling me that. So yeah, how many guys just meet up with you and not disclosing on what they're looking for, right? If they're just looking for a hookup or just fun or relationship, and then just takes you down the wrong path. That's just not cool,
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to What She's Thinking. To help other men find the podcast, please write a review on iTunes. And remember, subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Finally, to get your questions answered, go to makeonlinedatingfun.com/questions. And I'd love to hear your feedback on the show. So email me, greg@makeonlinedatingfun.com.
Holy crap, I'm 30. I forgot. I was about to say 29, and then I realized I just turned 30.
That's a big, significant age. Now you turn 30. Yeah.